Hi guys, it's our last one of these until our individual project. I'm really excited. All right, so I did the first two questions. Discuss how the cases of John Brown and the Ebcade illustrate the effects of racial ideology on medical research. So I just wanted to recover racial ideology, any set of principles that divides people into groups and then serves the interest of one group. So John Brown was a slave, and his master let a doctor purposefully give him sunstroke, and then treated for it. And then he was bled every day. And then he was burned to see how deep his black skin was. And he wrote all this in the memoir, and he said that there were some of the things that were done to him that he wouldn't retell, which that stuff is already pretty disturbing. So, yeah. Ebcade arrived injured in a hospital. The doctors decided that he wouldn't survive, so they just injected him with plutonium, took out some of his bones, 15 teeth. He recovered and he ran away, which is incredible. So they illustrate the effects of racial ideology. I'm going to start with John Brown. Sunstroke affects everybody. So why test a white dude, when you can test someone that you don't think is as human as a white dude? And that is disturbing. Burns. I don't understand how deep black skin goes affects white people, but I mean, it might have just been cruelty at that point. Same with that cape. Why inject a white person with plutonium if you can do it to a black person? And he's about to die anyway, so it'll probably be a really terrible death, but no one's gonna know. Yeah, it's just the treatment of someone as less than human. I wouldn't inject plutonium into my dog. So, disgusting. All right. So, African Americans have higher rates of physical illness than whites, yet lower rates of mental illness. Explain how this pattern might be the result of individual racism. Individual racism is a stressor. Like any stressor, you build coping mechanisms. The more you are stressed, the more you lean on your coping mechanisms. And so blacks lead more stressful lives than whites. They have higher rates of poverty. They are more likely to live in dangerous neighborhoods. They are more likely to smoke, drink, or eat fatty foods because those are all things that make you feel better. They lower your rate of mental illness, but smoking will give you heart cancer, and eating fatty foods will give you or lung cancer. Eating fatty foods will give you heart disease, and down the line. And obviously, a person of color can move out of the dangerous neighborhood. They can get a really good job and can be well educated. But individual racism will always be a stressor. And we all have coping mechanisms. And most of them aren't really good for you. All right. Thank you very much. Good night.